So you got your Alaska cruise all booked, ready to go. But now you're trying to figure out what's the best way to get to Vancouver, Canada. Well, I'll give you a couple options, and I'll tell you which one I personally think is the best way to get up there. Hey everybody, welcome to Cruising with Charles. So again, today I'm out here at the gift shop on Route 66. We just finished the fun run yesterday. And this is the last day I have to work out here before I go on my back-to-back cruise on the Carnival Radiance. But what I wanted to talk to you about today, Vancouver, Canada. What's the best way to get up there? Now I'll tell you from experience how I got up there, and in my opinion, it's probably the best way to go. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this way is still open and available for travel right now, given the circumstances with COVID, and I'm not quite sure how it's working, but if this option's available, this is definitely the way you want to go. So now, how do you get to Vancouver? Well, real simple. You can catch a flight pretty much anywhere out of the United States. One of the easiest flights to catch is right out of Seattle. You can fly into Seattle the day of your cruise and catch a smaller flight right up across the border into Canada. Get to the airport in Vancouver and head straight over to the cruise ship. I talked to a lot of people who will actually stay in Seattle the night before their cruise, and then they'll just catch a flight up the next morning, straight to the ship. That sounds great. But what I did, I really did a lot of research. Now, when you get to the airport in Canada, you've got to do the whole customs thing. And I've heard nightmares about how long the lines can be to get through customs at the airport in Vancouver. I didn't want to spend all my time at the airport trying to get through customs. So I did a lot of research. Found the simplest way. I took the train, the Northbound Cascade on Amtrak, from Seattle straight up to Vancouver. Now, I had just taken the train. So let me give you a little story of what I did. I was up visiting some friends in Montana. I had them take me over to Spokane, Washington. I jumped on the Amtrak and I took it into Seattle. Got to Seattle. And then I took the kind of like a transit system, smaller little tram type train from downtown Seattle to the airport to meet up with everybody I was going to be going on the cruise with. Then we took that same tram back up to the main terminal for the railroad. Had lunch, got on the train, Northbound Cascade, and we took it up to Vancouver. Now, of course, it was a nice long day. I had about 10 hours going across the state on the train, and I want to say it was about 3 hours from Seattle to Vancouver on the train. It doesn't go very fast. But when we got to Vancouver, we were rushed right through customs. Once we got through customs, we got a couple taxis. We stayed at the Hilton right there in Vancouver. So we were in town already for our cruise the next day. Now, a couple hints. Number one, if you're going to do the Northbound Cascade, pay the extra, get the business class. It was worth every penny. We had lots of leg room, free Wi-Fi, very comfortable ride. I did get to look and see how everybody was traveling in coach. And it was kind of like being on an airline. You had no leg room. Business class was not that much more. and it was worth every penny. Now, the second advantage I found to having the business class, we were the first ones off the train in Vancouver once we arrived. We were taken off the train, we got our luggage, we went straight to customs. Everyone else in coach had to wait until we cleared customs before they could get off. Kind of some advantages to that first class, and it really was not that much more. I want to say I only spent $50, $60 per person more. I was really impressed with how much more treatment and how easier it made that trip. Now, of course, we stayed in Vancouver that night. Now, you may ask yourself, why would you want to stay in Vancouver that night instead of Seattle? Well, I liked being close to the port. I didn't want any tie-ups in customs. I wanted to be able to know that I was there, I was ready for the cruise. So the next morning we got up, caught a shuttle, and went over to the cruise port. Now, that time we were on the Star Princess. It had just had a norovirus outbreak, and they were completely cleaning the ship. So our ship was late that day. We took advantage of it. The port is right there in Gastown. Go visit Gastown. It's quite unique. Real nice shopping area. People are real friendly. We went and had lunch. We explored the whole area. Then we went and got on the ship. And again, if you've never cruised out of Vancouver, it was quite interesting because you go through U.S. customs to get on a ship in Vancouver because your first port is back into a U.S. port. That was quite interesting, that you clear U.S. customs in Canada to go to Alaska. That's my biggest recommendation. If you're going to be doing a northbound Alaska cruise out of Vancouver, take the train. It's a very enjoyable ride right along the coast. Pay the extra. Get the business class on the Northbound Cascade from Amtrak. Spend the night in Vancouver. Enjoy your Alaska cruise. All right, if you want to figure out more about your upcoming Alaska cruise, what to wear, check out the link up here in the corner. Tell you what to wear. I used to snowbird, used to spend 6 months in Alaska, 6 months in Arizona. I did that for almost a decade. I have a lot of experience off the grid. I know what the Alaska weather can do. Don't listen to somebody who lives in Miami that's done an Alaska cruise once. They might have an idea, but they don't know how quickly it can change up there. All right. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. You can also follow us on social media. All the links are down in the description. And until next time, I am out of here. Hey, I appreciate it if you made it this far. You can click right here and watch the video of what to wear in Alaska. Or you can jump over here and check out some of our other videos.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get